This is fifth lecture of advanced manufacturing process, in which we were looking for non-conventional machining process. Up to today, we have seen EDM or AJM, EDM, WEDM, then ECM. All this process we have seen its advantages, disadvantages, applications. All these things we have studied and also seen the difference between EDM and ECM. Today, we are going to start plasma arc machining, that is PAM. Okay, let's start with this. Okay, let's start with plasma arc machining. Let's see its principle. What is principle of plasma arc machining? Okay, let's see. It is electrothermal machining process in which ionized gas in the form of flame is used for machining. Okay, this is electrothermal. That means electricity and thermal energy is used. Electrothermal machining process in which ionized gas in the form of flame is used for machining. Then when a flowing gas is heated at high temperature up to 16,500 degrees Celsius, temperature of that flame is 16,500 degrees Celsius, it become partially ionized, known as plasma. This flame at 16,500 degrees Celsius is called as plasma. It is a mixture of free electrons, positively charged ions and neutral atoms. Okay, this plasma is consist of electrons, free electron, positive charge and ions and neutral atoms. The heat from the plasma in the form of high velocity jet of high pressure, high temperature is used for metal removal. Okay, in this process, the heat produced due to that plasma is used for producing or machining the surface. Then let's see, melting machine surface occurs due to convective heat transfer from plasma and direct electron bombardment of an electric arc. Okay, you can see over here, this removal of material takes place due to two reasons. One is convective heat transfer from plasma and second is direct electron bombardment of an electric arc. Then let's see how the setup of this plasma arc machining is done. Let's see that. You can see over here power supply. Then again you should take a note over here that negative terminal is given to electrode, then positive is given to the workpiece. Okay, positive is given to the workpiece and negative is given to the tool. Okay, let's see what next is there. Then gas, type of gas used over here, you can see H2, N2 and O2 type gas are flown through this. Okay, then here is electrode, negative electrode, then casing is over here for creating that plasma. This plasma emerges out from here and machine this workpiece surface. Okay, see properly, here is power supply. Okay, power supply, negative terminal given to electrode, this tool, then positive is given to the that workpiece. Then gases like H2 and N2 are H2, N2, O2 are supplied through this entry, which ionizes over here and passes with high velocity, high temperature up to 16,500 degree Celsius. With this temperature, it passes through that nozzle. Here is nozzle, you can see nozzle is there. Then plasma. Okay, you can see here is negative terminal is over here. There is insulator, you can see insulator. Then positive is given to this workpiece as well as this casing. Okay, you can see this positive charge is also given to the casing for what? To ionize this charge. Okay, to give the speed to this ionized charge. This positive charge given over here and negative charge, positive is given over here and negative is given to this electrode. Okay, you can see positive given at 2 points, which speed up these electrons. Now See again all these equipments, power supply, insulator is over here, then the casing is provided, which is called as plasma torch. You can see over here plasma torch, this is called as plasma torch. H2N2 O2 type gas are supplied from here, and this flame emerges over here, okay, and which bombarded on this workpiece surface. Let's see different things in this, the main component of setup. Let's see what are the component of this plasma arc machining. Okay, plasma means what? When these gases are raised to very high temperature up to 16,500 degrees Celsius, the atoms, electrons and ions get created with very high temperature. That's why this is called, this such stuff is called as plasma arc machining. Okay, then plasma cutting torch, you have seen that, tool and workpiece, gas supply unit, cooling system and power supply. Cooling, why cooling system is necessary? Because it is generating too much high temperature, that is up to 16,000. Okay, let's see what is plasma torch. Plasma torch, it carries tungsten electrode fitted in a small chamber. At the other end of torch is a nozzle having small orifice. Okay, it carries it. What is plasma cutting torch? It carries a tungsten electrode fitted in a smaller chamber. At the other end of torch is a nozzle having small orifice. One side of torch provide a passage for supply of gas into torch. Okay, you have seen that. Then tool and workpiece. Electrode is connected to negative terminal of DC power supply. You can see power supply is again over here. For previous two methods, EDM, WEDM, power supply was DC. In this also the power supply is again DC. Now electrode is connected to negative terminal. Electrode is connected to negative terminal of DC power supply and act as a cathode. Positive terminal is connected to through a resistor to the nozzle and act as a anode. This resistor limit the current through the nozzle to about 50 ampere. The workpiece to be machine is also connected to the positive terminal. Anode and cathode are separated by an insulator, which we have seen. Then gas supply unit. Next one is gas supply. It consists of gas cylinder, regulator and gas supply hoses. Commonly used gas are argon or nitrogen or the mixture of two. For certain purpose, percentage of hydrogen may be added. Okay, then choice of gas depend upon the material to be cut. Economics and quality of the cut is desired. Then the flow of gas varies directly with the thickness of the workpiece. Typical gas flow rate is up to 2 to 11 meter cube per hour. Then cooling system. Cooling system provision is made for circulating the water around the torch so that electrodes and nozzle both remains water cooled. Then power supply. Power supply, DC power supply of 400 volt to 200 kilowatt and up to 1000 ampere is supplied to the nozzle. When supply is made on a strong arc of having very high temperature about 16,500 degrees Celsius produced between the electrode and the nozzle, and simultaneously at the same time gas is forced into the chamber. When the gas molecule collide with the high velocity electron of the arc, plasma is formed. This plasma is forced through nozzle onto the workpiece. The heat produced from the jet of the plasma is sufficient to raise the workpiece temperature above its melting point, and the high velocity gas stream effectively blows the molten metal away from the workpiece. Okay, you can see over here what that this high temperature plasma melt the workpiece and blows out the molten material from the workpiece so as to clean that work surface. Okay, then process controlling parameter of PAM, that is plasma arc machine, that is stand-off distance, which is what the distance between tool or that nozzle and the workpiece. Cutting speed and gas. Okay, stand-off distance. It is the distance between the workpiece and the torch. Increase in the stand-off distance, torch, the depth of penetration. Stand-off distance depend on the thickness of the metal to cut. The typical value of stand-off distance varies from 5 to 10 millimeter. Okay, this distance varies from 10 to 5 to 10 millimeter. Then cutting speed. Increasing cutting speed reduces the depth of penetration of the plasma jet, leading to the narrow of the cut in the lower portion. Decreasing cutting speed will cause the opening of the cut at the bottom of the workpiece. Okay, this depending on the cutting speed, the workpiece parameter get varies. Okay, you can see over here, increase in cutting speed reduce the depth of cut. If speed is increased, depth of cut reduces. Penetration of plasma jet leading to narrow of the cut in the lower portion. Okay, then decreasing speed will cause the opening of the cut at the bottom of workpiece. Then gas flow rate is directly proportional to the thickness of the material. Selection of gas depends upon the quality of the cut and economics. Okay, these are the things to be controlled with the gas. Then what are the advantages of plasma arc machining, disadvantages, and its application? Rate of cutting is high. For this PAM, that is plasma arc machining, rate of cutting is high. By this method, we can cut any material irrespective of its hardness. Independent of hardness, we can cut any type of material. We can cut carbon steel 10 times faster than oxyfuel cutting. Then at disadvantage of plasma arc, noise protection for the operator and those in the nearby area is necessary because it is creating too much noise. That's why noise protection is necessary. Heat affected zone on the workpiece surface is more. Okay, as the heat generated is too high, therefore the heat affected zone or heat sensitive material cannot be machined by this process. Okay, therefore heat affects the machine surface. Then heat effect zone on the workpiece surface is more. Initial cost of the equipment is too more. Then safety precautions are necessary for the operator and those in the nearby area. Application of PAM for stack cutting, plate cutting, shape cutting, and piercing. In manufacturing of automotive and railroad component, then it can cut hot extrusion to desired length. Now let's see the laser beam machining, that is called as LBM. Its working principle and its all working parameter, advantages and disadvantages. Let's see LBM, which means laser beam machining. Now what is laser? It is light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. This is long form of laser, LASER, light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. It works on the principle of conversion of electrical energy by flash lamp into heat energy, and that heat energy of flash lamp is used to remove the metal from the workpiece. Okay, what is the principle? It converts the electrical energy by flash lamp into heat energy, and this heat energy of flash lamp is used to remove the metal from the workpiece. Laser beam is then focused by a lens to give high energy in the concentrated form and help to melt and vaporize the material from the workpiece. As laser interact with the material, the energy of photon is absorbed by the work material, leading in rapid rise in local temperature and result in melting and vaporization of the work material. In the same way as PAM, this LBM also melt the material from the workpiece surface. Now it is also using thermal energy for removing material. Now what is the main difference over there? That is, it is using plasma arc, and in this it is using laser. Okay, now next one is let's see its setup, how the setup is made of this laser beam machine. You can see over there power supply. Okay, power supply is given and capacitor is connected over there. Then partial reflecting mirror is there, in which that winding is placed. Then laser beam is emerged from that from that casing, and which falls on the converging lens, which converges the all the rays of laser and focus at a point which is on the workpiece to be machined. Then workpiece is fitted in this fixture. uh, See, this is workpiece table and fixture on which this is fitted. You kindly see that workpiece is placed such that the distance between this axis of this lens to the workpiece surface is equals to focal length. Okay, you have to place the workpiece in such way that the distance between workpiece and the lens is will be equal to focal length. Okay, then cooling system is over here. Cooling system, coolant pass into that cooling chamber and comes out by taking the heat generated. Okay, you can see over here power supply, capacitor is given there, here winding is there, and this is the that laser emitting material. Then let's see what is next. What are the process controlling parameter and component of laser beam? What are the component of laser beam? Laser beam machining, laser generating unit, then cooling arrangement, co-limiting lens, then and workpiece table. Now let's see one by one. Laser generating unit. In this unit, rubby rod, flash lamp, power supply, mirrors are used for production of laser beam. The solid state laser, that is ruby rod, is used in the form of cylindrical crystal with 10 mm diameter and 150 mm long. The end of the rod are finished to close optical tolerance. Okay, you can see this is ruby rod. Okay, here this is 10 mm, it is having 10 mm diameter and 150 mm length. The winding is provided on it. Okay, this is the ruby rod which is used for generating monochromatic laser beam. Okay, now let's start with this again. 10 diameter and 150 mm long. The end of rod are finished to close optical tolerance. The flash lamp is mounted around the ruby rod and it is connected to electric power supply. The inner surface of container wall is made highly reflective to reflect all the light on the ruby rod. The electrical power supply is designed to give 250 to 1000 watt of energy to the flash lamp. Okay, see that what happened over here when the light falls on. You can see over here this is flash lamp. This winding is what? Flash lamp, which gives the light energy to this rod. Okay, to this rod it gives that light energy, and again the light energy passing over here, again it is reflected to the ruby rod. Okay, here the mirror is provided which reflect all the light that is emerging from that winding, or we can say flash lamp, is fall on this ruby rod. Okay, now this ruby rod get energized and emit some monochromatic light. Okay, and then which is allowed to fall on this lens, which this lens get convert and allowed to fall on the workpiece and made the material. Then now let's see, the flash lamp is wounded over the ruby rod and it is connected to electric power supply. The inner surface of container wall is made highly reflective to reflect all the light on the ruby rod. The electrical power supply is designed to give 250 to 1000 watt of energy to flash lamp. Now cooling arrangement. As there is higher temperature, we need cooling arrangement. Let's see that the ruby rod become less efficient at higher temperature and give maximum efficiency when kept at lower temperature. That's why we need cooling arrangement. Hence cooling system is provided in which liquid nitrogen is used. Sometimes air or water cooled provision is also made, but it has less effectiveness compared to liquid nitrogen. Now cool emitting lens. The highly amplified beam of laser light is focused on the workpiece through a lens which gives high energy density which melt and vaporize the workpiece. Work table. The workpiece to be cut is placed on the aluminum work table which is resistant to laser beam. The laser head is traversed over the workpiece and table can be moved as per the requirement. Now process controlling parameter. Process controlling parameter we have to see. Okay, let's see process controlling parameters, that is intensity of laser beam, power density, focal length and flash length. Now let's see advantages. Some advantages of this LVM: no direct contact with the workpiece, so no tool wear. Drilling of micro holes is possible. No effect of properties of workpiece. No burr chip formation, suitable for machining of metals and non-metals. Then advantages of LBM: low material demode rate, not suitable for highly conductive and reflective material like copper, aluminum and its alloys. Limited life of flash lamp. Safety procedure are to be followed strictly. High initial cost and maintenance cost. Overall efficiency is about 10 to 15%. Output energy of laser is difficult to control precisely. Then application of LBM are laser welding, laser drilling, laser cutting, laser engraving, heat treatment, surface treatment in medical and different surgeries, used in entertainment show. These laser beams are used. Now we will see in next lecture remaining two, just two machines are remaining over here: electron beam machining and second one is ultrasonic machining. Okay, we will see this in next chapter. Thank you for today.